Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to another GameMaker tutorial. So today is my very first day working for myself, and so far it's been really great. I live streamed this morning, Grain War development, and I also did a book sell, so I'm going to be doing more of those. So watch for those, because a few people got my book at a pretty good deal, and now I've been writing and stuff like that on my book and working on my Udemy course that I'm doing. And now I'm going to be showing you guys how to add ledge grabbing into your platform game. So this is the basic platform game that I taught in one of my other tutorials. So you have to have at least this where you can move around, jump around in the room, and it's really, really simple. Nothing fancy. And now I'm going to show you guys a unique way of doing ledge grabbing. And this is just a way that I discovered that I thought was kind of cool. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our player right here. Maybe, where is my player object? Come on. Properties. That's not good. Let's try reopening this. There we go. Okay, that was a weird glitch, GameMaker. Okay, so open the player, come in here. We've got our platform physics in here, right? So I'm going to grab this entire section right here. Let's see, Control A, Control X, and execute the player state. Script, execute, state. Okay, now we're going to create two states. So create a new script, and this one's going to be called script move state. I'm just going to copy that whole giant movement code that we had from before, and we're going to do script move state right there. Awesome. Now I'm going to add another script, and we're going to call this script ledge grab state. Sweet. For now, we're not going to do anything in here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our player. We're going to create a new variable here called state, and we're going to set state equal to script move state. Don't put the parentheses after it, or that will try and execute the state and then assign the return value to here, but that's not what we want. We just want state to be equal to the ID of this state. So now that we have that done, when we run the game again, what you should get is your object will run just normally. Why? Because the state is the move state, which is just that movement code that we had, and we're in the step event, we're executing that state. Pretty simple. Okay, now we need to change our move state so that it can detect when it needs to grab an edge and change into the edge grab state. So this is kind of cool. First thing we're going to do is we need to get a temporary, come down to where you're moving So this is where our collisions start, right here, at line 38, 39. Collisions start. Okay. And there's going to be a section where our collisions end, which is right after the y is added to right here. So we're going to call this collisions end. And we can get rid of this for now. Up here where collisions start, we're going to get a temporary access to our vertical speed. We're going to call this var temp v speed. Now, why are we getting a temporary access to our vertical speed? Well, it's so that later on, after we've already moved and everything, we can compare our current vertical speed, or the vertical speed in that situation, to whatever the vertical speed is here, because it might change between here and there. So we're just going to use that as a comparison. Okay. Now that we have that, come down to where our collisions end, and we're going to add some code in here. And what we're going to do, what we're going to be checking, is we're going to check to see if to the right of the player was empty before, but is no longer empty. It basically means before, directly to the right of us, there was a wall, and now there isn't. No, sorry. Before there wasn't a wall, and now there is. Basically means we ran into, there's currently a wall there now. So we're going to do, at the collisions end, we're going to do if, let me maximize this actually, this is going to be a big chunk of code. If not position meeting x plus 17. So position meeting checks a specific pixel, while place meeting moves your sprite over there. We want to use position meeting. So since our player is 16, well, let's see. Yeah, since the player is, let me write this out in a different way, so this will be easier for you guys to understand. We're going to create some temporary variables. Var we're going to call right was free. Yeah, right was free equals not position meeting x plus 17 times image x scale. Now I'm using 17 because this is half the width of my sprite plus 1. So 16 plus 1. Oh, we can't use image x scale though. We'll have to figure that out in a second. Y minus temp v speed. So we're getting access to our old v speed. So this basically checks where we were before we actually moved. In fact, we could probably use y previous. Except that might be in the previous step. That should still work though, I think. Y. We might be able to just use y previous here. And get rid of this temporary v speed check. Let's try it. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I overcomplicate things. Okay. And then solid, because we're checking for the solid object. And then, so right was free. So that works, okay? Let's create another temporary variable, var right is not free equals position meeting x plus 17 y instead of y previous solid. So basically before to the right of us was free and now it's not free. Okay? And right is not free. And there's one more thing we have to do. And we want to make sure that we are moving downwards too, because we only want to grab ledges when we're moving down, not when we're moving up. If we can do it when we're moving up, what happens is you can grab the bottoms of ledges because there won't be anything to the right. Your character moves up and then there is a wall to the right and you'll grab the ledge there, which grabs the bottom ledge. We don't want to do that. So we want to make sure we're moving in a downward direction. So that's an easy check. Let's do another temporary variable. Just call it var moving down equals, and here's how we can check to see if we're moving down. Y previous is less than y. So if y previous is less than y, then we will be moving down. Moving down. Now what do we do? Well, first of all, we set our horizontal speed to 0. Set our vertical speed to 0. And then we change states. State equals script ledge grab state. Now let's see if this works. Var right was free solid. Oh, whoops. It's because I named it object solid and then I tried calling just solid. So this should be object solid. It's pretty silly of me. Okay. Let's try this. There we go. We grabbed the ledge. You can see our character grab that ledge there. Huh, that's cool. It won't work to the left though currently, and we can't get out of it. So let's fix it so that both of those things work. So come into our ledge grab state. We're going to do var j key equals keyboard check pressed vk up var down D key, which will just be down key, equals keyboard check VK down. And then we'll do if J key. Then what we want to do is we want to set our vertical speed. V speed equals negative jump speed, right? And then we want to switch back to the move state. State equals script move state. So if we're on the ledge and we press the jump key, then we'll jump and we'll switch back to the move state. If D key V speed equals, well, we don't need to do that. We just need to switch back. State equals script move state. Sweet. Now we should be able to, once we grab the ledge, we should be able to press the down key to release it, or press the jump key to actually use it to jump. You can see though we still can't do it to the left, so we need to fix that. And the way that I fix it in my example code is different from how I'm gonna have to fix it here. So I might have to get a little creative here. So currently we've got right was free. We should just be able to times 17 No, because our horizontal speed is probably 0 now. So at this point, there's actually no way to tell. Oh, I know. We'll create another temporary variable called var moving right, and we'll say x previous is less than x. So moving right equals x previous is less than x. So this is how we can tell if we're moving right. Instead of calling these right was free, we're just going to call this was free and is not free, because it could be right or left. So let's get rid of those on both the variables up here and down here in the call. And then we're going to multiply moving, let's see, moving right will be, dang it, that's not going to work. Well, I know how it's going to work. Copy that, come up here to the top, and do moving right. So right before our collisions right here, moving right should be equal to the sine of h speed. So if our horizontal speed is positive, this will be a 1. If it's negative, it will be a -1. We could just call this, yeah, that's fine. We'll just call it moving right. That's not the best description, but now we're going to multiply 17 by moving right. That way, if we're moving to the left, 17 is actually going to be -17. If we're moving to the right, it's +17. And you can see I put that check right here at line 39. It's just right after the check for not moving, just in case you didn't see where I did that. We're just getting whether or not we're getting whether the horizontal speed is positive or negative. That's all we're doing, so that we can make sure and check in the right direction down here when we're doing our ledge grab. So let's save that, run the game, and I wonder if I can actually make that jump. Doesn't look like I can quite make that ledge grab. Grab that one though. You do have to be moving up against the ledge or it won't do it. Interesting. Let's do, in the move state down here, I want to make it so I can grab that one edge. I did y previous is greater than y, so that works good. But we might want to do y previous -4 and y -4. And if we do that, we should be able to check. Is that going to be even worse? No, that works. Now we can grab edges. The reason I did the -4 is because it allows us to grab the edges a little bit closer to, we can be a little closer to the edge basically, or we don't have to be quite as high up to grab the edge like that. So there you go. There's the simple way of doing edge grabbing in GameMaker Studio. Hopefully that was helpful. You can mess around with those values to try and get it to work a little bit better. The real trick is just using a state system and then finding a way to check whether or not there was a block in the direction you were moving, and now there isn't. So you would, because of the fact that it takes your current X position into account and not the Y position, you can't just grab any wall. It actually has to be an edge like that. And then, you know, if you were coming up here, move down, you could just drop down like that. Really cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure and like this video. That would be really helpful to me. You can favorite it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Share this video on Twitter. That always helps me. And I will talk to you guys later.